All right, this is Urdizzle back again, and everyone's been asking for a walkthrough of Owlwood. And so I was trying to plan a way to show you guys some different shots. And so I thought the best way to do that would be to take my regular discs, which are the Fuse, River, Musket, all accurate windbreak, my Glide windbreak recoil, and then my two ballistas, the light glide and the light skip, and just play through 3, 4, 5 rounds. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll kind of walk you guys through these. So hole one, I like to play this one a little bit lower and right by the wall because the lower you play your light drivers, the more they're going to turn over. And I just kind of let the disc do its thing and turn over. And of course, what happens on my very first shot? It goes out of bounds. So no big deal. Again, I'm not necessarily going for any records here. I'm just showing you guys some shots, so I'm not going to restart or anything. All right, hole two, one of the two par fours on Owlwood. And the key here is just to play it somewhere out in the middle. And this is one of those where longer doesn't necessarily benefit you here. So I threw a light skip and I got a great drive out of it, but I mean, I don't know if that's really beneficial, if it's really helping you get that far. Although from over here, the angle's actually pretty good. And so I was close enough at 160 that I went ahead and tried to run it and just chained it out. So I was pretty happy with that one, but still got a birdie out of it. So pretty solid start. Hole one, I got an unfortunate skip, but both of those are pretty good shots. All right, hole three, I like to throw my fuse and I'll aim low and left and just kind of let the natural turn of the fuse carry it down to that level right there. And it's okay to kind of bang off that near wall. You just don't want to go down to the bottom level because that's kind of a tough putt. And so if you can land it in there, which in any wind, you should be able to do that. You should get your birdie out of it. With this hole, hole four, there's a line in the fairway, so I'm aiming at a bush up there, and if you can aim it just past one tree and inside the other, right there, that's almost perfect with my recoil. Now, again, I'm throwing the shots that I have in my normal bag. Some of you may not throw the recoil, you may throw different discs than I do, so you'll have to adjust, but these are at least the lines that I like to use, and so you can kind of go from there. This hole is probably my least favorite. I don't like it. It's so touchy because you have to worry about the left to right. There's a low ceiling up over that, but then you can't go too low because there's a bush in the middle. I don't really care for this. I've thrown really good shots that still somehow clip branches. And I mean, I was able to hit a 111-foot shot there, but that just, I don't like, I would make some subtle changes to this hole. But we're stuck with it, so it is what it is, which leads us to this hole, which is actually probably one of my favorites. I just think this is a well-designed hole, hard dog leg left, and I like to play about a 2/3 to 3/4 power shot and just let it drop down in there. So that particular shot, I threw my recoil, and I'll throw that a few times. I actually prefer throwing oh wow, just barely went in, the light skip just to get a little more distance, because if you cut it short, you're running into those trees and the bushes. So we'll see that in some of the later rounds. All right, hole seven. There is a route over here to the left. You got to be really careful, and it's touchy, and I just barely made it across. So it is extremely risky going over there. I mean, if it's a headwind or a right to left wind, you're flirting with danger. And I wish I would have checked this. I believe if you go out of bounds, like if you don't make it into the inbounds, you go back and you re-tee. So that is one where the strokes can add up very, very quickly. All right, hole eight, the other par four, I usually just kind of throw a turnover shot, let it fade in here, and I'd like to land somewhere up in the top here. And the nice part about this particular course is there are a lot of trees. But you can usually punch through some of the low-lying bushes. So my goal here, and this is, oh, that was just a bad shot. Yeah, that was just an awful shot. But if you can avoid the tree trunks and just clip the branches, usually you can punch far enough through. Let's see if I can get through a second time. Yeah, so see right there, even though I'm going through the bushes, it's still punched through. So try to focus in on the tree trunks, not the actual bushes or the leaves up top. But that is most definitely a challenging birdie to get. So I really, really like that hole too. And then we get back to hole nine, and I don't like this one either. And so there's a good line out to the left, but my first few tries here, I'm going to show you some of these routes over to the right. And that is it's such a hard route to get. And you may go recoil or ballista, but you got to get it up over those branches. And so luckily there is a drop zone, so you're probably not going to get anything too crazy on this hole. But so first round through, got a 24, nothing spectacular. I mean, the fact I went OB on hole 1, if I really cared about score, I would have restarted right away. All right, so hole 1 again, so we're just going to keep running through these to show you some of the different shots with the different wind. So same shot, light skip, and that is... I might have to adjust that a little bit, maybe switch to the light glide, because that skip carried OB first round, and that one went pretty long, but 55-footer, I was able to hit it. And I realize some of you are not as comfortable putting as far out as I am, so you got to adjust your shots a little bit. All right, so I went light skip last time. This one I'm going to go recoil, and so the recoil will cut in a little sooner, and it won't go as deep down the fairway up by that log. To me, that's prime. I mean, last round I was 160. This one I'm 189, but I actually don't mind this. And so what I'll do on this upshot is I'll actually aim a little higher with my fuse and try to drop it down in there so it lands softer. I mean, if you run hard at that, you're either going to make it or you're going to skip long OB. So just try to aim a little higher and kind of land it flat on the ground, or even aim at that bush off to the left and have it slow it down. So hole 3, same shot I did, turnover fuse, and I'll toy a little bit with the angles and the wind just to try to see how I can push the limits of how far left I can go and how far right. So some of these shots may be a little off, but it's just kind of experimenting a little bit. And then my recoil again on this one, and maybe a musket will work for this one. I just find the recoil, and see right between those trees. So there's a tree on the right early and then a tree on the left late that I just missed. I mean, if you can hit that gap, you're usually going to be inside 50. It's just a good spot to be in. And then this crap hole. I don't like this hole. So yeah, you got to get it over that bush and under those trees there. And so this might be one where if you have a non-light, so see I clipped the branches there trying to go too low. And you can go a little to the left and a little to the right to avoid that, but it's just, if you've got a non-light disc, that might be better suited to this. So this is just an awful, awful lie. I mean, 156, but I can't really go left, I can't really go right. I could probably hyzer around, but I'm actually going to try to squeeze a forehand through this, and I'm not trying to make this, I'm just trying to get it through. So if I can get this one somewhere up by the basket, there we go, that'll work. So just from where I was at, there was really, I mean, I could have run it, but I also could have hit the tree and ricocheted far to the left. All right, and this guy, I do like it, so I'll go ahead and try the recoil again. So I'll aim at this far tree over here, about 2/3, 3/4 power, and just let it fade in. So you are bringing a lot of these bushes into play, but sometimes it'll skip down. Like this tree, I can just straddle to the left, and so that's 48 feet. There's no reason I should miss that one. So if you can find a disc, maybe a ballista that goes a little bit further, you still kind of want it to be overstable, but you can kind of swing it further out to the right. All right, so this one's going to be really tricky. I said you got to watch where you aim here, and so this is a right to left wind, and I tried to put a little hyzer on it, and that was crappy. That was just a crappy shot. So I went out of bounds, and since you don't make it back in, you re-tee. And so one of the other options, too, is you can throw this big, high hyzer shot. This one is just really annoying as well, because you got those branches right there, and if you hit those, you're most likely going OB. And if you make it past that tree... I'll go ahead and re-tee here. If you make it past that tree, there is another tree on the left that you can clip those branches. But if you're missing this tree right there, and then clipping the next tree, you usually land or inbounds right there. So that's the key, is missing that one tree on the right and just having it drop in. So either one of those, and I think that high right route is safer than that left route that I showed you guys, because it just kind of takes the OB out of play if you go to the right, but... feel free to experiment a little. All right, so this one with a left to right wind, I'm playing my skip driver here, and just didn't quite get the skip, but I got up there near the crest of the hill. So right now I'm looking at this. I see branches and trees, but I also see right over here, there's a huge gap. And again, ignore the branches, ignore the bushes. To me, that is a huge gap. And if I hit those bushes, I mean, it just punches right through them. So again, when you're taking that second shot, focus on the tree trunks, not the leaves, and not the bushes. Now, the leaves up top will affect you more, so that's why you got to keep your shot a little lower. Just keep a low ceiling. And again, I'm not going to take the left route here on hole 9. I'm going to take the right route. And so you want to clear this tree and then get to the left of that tree. And as soon as it does, I felt pretty good that I was going to make it in, and I barely made it on top of the wall. So very, very risky shot. I think the left route is safer. That was garbage. We won't even talk about that shot. So 26, I mean, hole 7 just kind of screwed me up with all those OBs, but it's all about experimentation, guys. And so let's go ahead and run it back. And again, I'm just trying to show you guys the shots over and over so you can see some different ones here. So this I actually don't mind when it goes wider because when it clips those branches, it slows it down. So my first shot, first round went OB, second one went long. That one, I'm 25 feet. So as long as you don't go too far to the left, I actually don't mind when it clips those bushes. And then here, again, you can mess with the skip shots if you've got a glide skip, but I just like the recoil. And if you want to get aggressive, you can start using bigger, like ballistas, skip ballistas, and try to get down near the shoreline. I mean, you can do lots of things here. So here's that stall shot I was talking about. So I'm going to aim higher and do about 2/3 power or 3/4 and just let it land. And look how soft it lands. I mean, I hit the bush, but that thing was landing so soft. If that bush is not there, I'm still staying in bounds. So easy birdie. And again, if you want to run it, go for it. Hole 3 fuse. I might mess a little bit with this one because it's got a right to left wind. So this will probably hit the wall. Oh, it hits the branches. So I actually thought that was going to clip the wall. But even with that, you're in good shape. You're up on that middle ledge. I don't think I've ever made it up on the top part. I've never shot one that bad, but I have made it down to the right, and it's kind of annoying. All right, hole 4. This is a little bit harder now because we've got that right to left wind of 3, so you got to watch your angles here. And I aimed a little too high on that one. That's the thing, is you don't want to aim too high and clip those branches. But even if you hit this tree, I mean 66 feet, it is kind of a death putt. You do have OB there, but let's be honest. If you're a good shooter on these, you're probably going to hit basket or some metal, so you're not really worried about going OB. All right, let's see if we can get this one now. So again, I'm playing a little to the side. I'm even going to put some hyzer on it. And the problem with this one is I got it through, but then it's those damn branches. Yeah, if there's one hole I would probably sit and just practice, it'd probably be this one. And who knows, maybe, I forget how long this hole is, but maybe the recoil, I just don't know if the recoil will get there. Just something with a little lower trajectory, but yeah, I dislike that hole. And so this one, I'm actually going to show you guys now the light skip. So see how it carries a little more than the recoil. And that one cut in a little too soon. So I really wanted that one to be a little wider. So maybe in hindsight, I probably should have put a little turn on it to keep it wide and let it come back. And that was just, I tried to power it through the bushes. That kind of sucked, but. So maybe the next run I'll play it a little wider to make sure I get kind of that wide skip around all those bushes. All right, so this one, last round I had a right to left of 2. This is left to right, so I'm going to go ahead and try this sidearm route through here. And again, this is such a risky shot because even there, I made it, but it just barely cleared the wall. So again, if you miss that and go OB, you're most likely going to be re-teeing. Now, the exception to that is if you are able to sneak inbounds right there by the rock wall and have it kick back, you'll probably get a shot there. I've actually had that happen, but most of the time you are going to go OB and re-tee. All right, right to left winds on this are very tricky, so I decided to mess around and try the skip. And the skip put me, man, that's a really good shot if it's around that tree, yes. So again, looking at this right now, I don't see anything other than this big gap right where I'm pointing. And so I throw the river right through, and if it hits these bushes, it's going to punch through, and boom. That is probably the shot that a lot of people don't realize is there. Just throw it through, avoid the upper leaves, avoid the big tree trunks, and you're up there for a birdie. All right, let's see, do we go left or right? Let's go right again. So if I get this one, oh, that ain't going to do it. That's going to clip that first tree on the right. Right there. That is not making it. Nope. And so that's the danger of doing that right route. You want it to turn, but you don't want it to turn too much. So it kicks you to a drop zone. So that's a very similar drop zone to Crow's Nest, the par 4, where you're throwing from about 130 feet. So that might be one where you would practice it a little bit. All right, we'll run through maybe 1 or 2 more times just to see what happens. Maybe I can get I kind of want to get a 3-star run out of this, so we'll see what happens. And so this one, the wind was right to left, so I didn't have to do much with it. I just kind of let the wind turn it over and the aim, and that's just perfect. Yeah, put me inside 40 feet on this hole, and I'm happy. I don't care about all the ace runs and the skips, and just give me a 30-foot putt and get out of there. All right, so this one I might try to get a little more aggressive, or we can always just kind of turn it wide here, but I'm debating whether I should get a little more aggressive with the upshot. 235, that's just a little too far. So we'll go fuse. I might have to power up a little more than I normally would. But again, just land it nice and soft. And if it hits on, see how that hit on the front side of the island? That front side of the island's kind of angled, so when it hits like that, it slows the disc down. And so it's so soft when it lands. All right. So right to left, 3. So this one, I'm going to aim low. We'll try like right here. And just let it drop. The wind carries it in, the turn. I mean, that's just perfect. I love tap-ins. So you don't have to adjust a ton for the wind, but I think the biggest key is, and this goes for a lot of discs, the lower you aim, the more something's going to turn over to the right. And so you aim higher, it's going to hyzer out quicker. Now, it's not always the case. You got to worry about elevation changes and things like that. But that's why some of you, when you throw the light glide ballista, if you aim really, really low, has a tendency to flip over. That's how those work. So that's why you have to start them off on hyzer. All right, I want to get through this one once. And so wind to 3, I'm going to aim a little lower. And I'm going to let the wind turn it over. And I probably should have put some hyzer on that. God, this hole just sucks. I just hate this hole. I mean, I can throw these in, but 119, if I have to hit these every single time, and see there, I missed one. I mean, if you're having to throw in from 119 feet every single time, you're going to miss them eventually. It's just not the same as having a putt. I swear I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to get that damn hole, though, without having to throw it in. All right, so let's go recoil again. And so again, the recoil is just probably going to cut in too much. Yeah, that's trash. All right, yeah, we'll do one more round after this, and I'll show you guys the light skip, like my ideal line. And so here, you're just going to have to power through, avoid the trees. I probably should have aimed a little higher, but oh well. So I really do like that hole, though. All right, let's see what we got here. So wind to 3, we'll go ahead and do this route again, but I got to be careful because that headwind, I'm going to worry about it. Oh, that might not make it back. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, so you can slide under the log. There you go. Didn't know it. It didn't have enough juice. It probably would have stayed in bounds, but now you guys know. It'll slide right under that log. All right, so wind of 1. We're going to play... Well, we'll try the skip here, see if we can get a little out of it. Oh, that's going way left. That is not going to work. Not going to work. Yeah, if you're way back here... Oh, crap, I'm behind the bush, too. Yeah, there's pretty much no chance. Like, I can't even see what trees to aim for. There's nothing. I'm just going to aim here and power it through or whatever. Yeah, that probably should have gone out of bounds. But so you don't want to be high left. If you're high left, it's pretty much a guaranteed par. So from right here... Oh, boy. So notice there's a lot of stuff up this way. But there's no trees. There's bushes, but there's no trees. And so even though that looked like a path, or like there's no way I'd get through there, I still was able to get my par. So I almost never venture down to the right. All right, I'm tired of going to the right here. I wanted to show you guys that. Let's go ahead and go ballista. Well, yeah, let's just go to the left and show you. So what you can do is take your light glide, driver, or whatever, and just throw it up there. That's the more traditional route. I think it's safer because even if you hit, oh, geez, both trees. So I hit both trees there, and I still made it down. That's probably, what, 70, 80, 75? And so just to have options, oh, that was too high. What did I do? Yeah. You can throw the recoil to the right, but there's a lot of options, but that's probably the riskiest. All right, so this video is running a little long. Why don't we do this? Let's do 2 more runs, and hopefully in one of those 2 runs, I can show you a 3-star run. So my record on this is a 20, which is all birdies. I've not really... Oh, that's too far. That's OB. Oh, no. And I think if you even touch OB, you're done. And I'm really tempted to restart. Well, let's just see how it works. So you don't need to... I think you need to birdie every hole, but you can get 1 par. So if you get 8 birdies and 1 par, I think that's 3 stars. And so my record is all birdies. I'll be honest with you guys. I've played this, but I haven't played it a lot. Oh, that's awful. decent angle here. Let's do forehand. And so I haven't tried to get the 10 under. I mean, I suppose if you grind for the eagle throw in here, that was actually pretty decent. Oh, that's garbage. Let's go ahead and restart that one. I don't like restarting, but I don't want to start like that. But yeah, so you can grind for the ace on 3 or the eagle on 2. God, that's going long too. I'm going to have to adjust that light skip. That's just... I mean, I don't mind being right here, but if I'm bringing that long OB into play, I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. So we'll probably switch up to like the light glide. All right, hole 2, and we're going to go to the recoil. I like the recoil. Nice and predictable. And I need to start that one a little further, though. Yeah, so that one's got to be a little further to the right. And so here, let's go ahead, and I'm going to try to give this kind of a good run. Actually, let's just kind of lay it up. Little sidearm. But this is what I'm talking about. Aim higher, let it land flat, and just look how soft that lands. The beauty of the fuse. Yeah, but you can most definitely run those. All right, hole 3. Let's see if I can not screw this one up. So left to right wind of 3. This one, ooh, that's got to get up a little bit. All right, that should be good. Oh, almost a tap in. And I've hit basket on that one. I think with the river, you could probably get it high enough. I'm sure you can ace it with the fuse, but it's just, I don't know, not really worth the run. All right, so let's see if we can skip one all the way out. I really want to get a tap in on this one, especially with this wind. So you play it around that tree, inside that tree. Go, 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 go. Give me a tap in. Oh, come on. It's even 10 feet. Come on, man. Garbage. Garbage. All right, I'm going to freaking get this one time. All right. So wind to 2. We're going to aim a little lower. I'm probably going to have to put this one on a little bit of hyzer to the right. Oh, punch through, punch through, punch through, punch through. Yes. There we go. I was going to say, I can't play 5 or 6 rounds, and that's putting range for me. I definitely can't play 5 or 6 rounds and not get some putting birdie on that one. I think I threw one in, was it the first or second round? But all right, so now let me show you guys one more time with the recoil, and then the last round, I promise I'll go light skip. And so I'm going to aim a little higher to see what it does. Yeah, see, to me, that's just not the shot. All right, so... And again, that is not the normal shot I'll throw with a recoil. And some of you might want to try, I don't know if you could try a musket, but I don't think the musket's far enough. Because if I remember correctly on this hole, I'm trying to think how long this hole is off memory. God, I want to say it's like 420, 430, something like that. And so I don't know if a musket will get that far, but you can try it. And so there's the sidearm. And see, that's the problem with taking that route. I hit the wall. I don't think I ever made it back. Oh, they gave it to me. Okay, so it looks like I thought I hit on a part where the yellow wasn't. So if you can get it just in bounds, you can get a putt there and save par, but that's the risk you gotta run when you do that. All right, so any left to right wind on this hole is ideal because you can just play the ballista turnover. That is going to be... that's a good spot. Get by that tree. Yes. So now right now, see that opening to the left, right there. And so I played the nice turnover at the river. It's there all freaking day. So if you can get it to the top of the hill, there's your birdie. And it looks like... Ooh, I thought it was going to do the log glitch. I haven't really seen that log glitch on too many holes. I've had it happen, obviously, on the box hole on Lakeside. I've also had it on the rocks on Crow's Nest, that big Mando hole, the hard left. So let's do the ballista here. Get around, get around, get around. Yes, that is perfect. So I've had it lock into the rocks or the rocks on the par 4 on Crow's Nest, but never the delay like it is on the box hole. All right, so that was pretty good. 22, so I'm 1 stroke off. I'm going to try one more round, and hopefully this round I could show you guys a 3-star round. So we need to get a 21, so I only get 1 par. So let's hope I don't get it early. So skip, slow down, slow down. Jeez. Yeah, that is just too much disc. And I don't really want to aim higher because then you bring that right wall into play. It might skip up and over. All right, we're going to get this, guys. If I don't get it, I'm going to be a little frustrated. All right, so recoil, play it out to the right. And, oh, that's a good one. I might have to run this one. Oh boy, 179. I gotta run this. Forehand fuse. Come on, baby. Get it. No! Alright, I tried. If it's in that 160, 170 range, I'm pretty comfortable throwing that forehand fuse. So just got to be careful you don't skip it off the basket and go OB. Alright, so I'm playing a little more conservative on some of these. I am throwing quickly, but I'm not trying any crazy shots now because I really want to get the 3 stars. That'll work perfectly. And so I apologize if this feels repetitive, but I just want to show you guys some of the shots because you can throw shots that turn out really well one time, but if I can show you that once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row and it still works, maybe it'll convince you to do it. That's perfect. Don't go into the bush. Okay, so I'm in the bush, but I figured out that if you're in this bush, it's not going to affect you. You can putt right out of it. I think there's one time where it did not give it to me, but all right, this is the one I really need to get. So let's aim right about there, get over that bush. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Missed the tree. Oh, the one tree. That was so good. That was such a good shot. Can we get it? All right. God, that one tree. That probably would have been about 30 feet from the basket. All right, so we're 5 in a row. All right, now I'm not messing with the recoil. You guys are getting the light skip. So this is the shot I would use. I'll put a little bit of Anheuser on it, turn it over, leave it wide. And if it clips up branches, that's fine. Oh, geez, no. So on that one, I needed to aim a little lower because I wanted that to go way wide right, and it did not. So I think I screwed this up. I did. So you guys might not get to see a 3-star round here, which sucks. I can birdie out here, so I really gotta focus. Let's see. We're gonna go with this wind. We're gonna go recoil. Come on, get up over the wall. Get up over the wall. Miss the tree. Oh, no. Whew, that was close. And that's one of those that's going to make your butt cheeks clench up in a multiplayer game. Like if you're up by 1 stroke on the 9th hole and this is the hole that comes out. That is a risky shot. All right, 2 more. We got this. Oh, good. Left to right wind is good. So we aim low and just let the disc kind of carry it over. So we want top of the hill, and I think you guys already know which gap I'm going for. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, so we got the gap out river, gap out to the side, and it's going to turn over a little bit, and the wind's going to carry it. Get it low under those. That is perfect. That's birdie all day. Sweet, we got it. So all I got to do is not screw up hole 9. So hopefully we get some favorable winds, no winds of 3. What you gonna give me? Oh, perfect, wind to 1. All right, so we just do a little ballista, light glide, turn it over. Oh, come back. No. Oh, jeez. With the wind to 1, that was way closer than it needed to be. So 53 feet. I hope it lets me putt. I'm right against the wall. And it did. Boom, there we go. All right, so there's your 3-star round. 1 stroke off my record of 20. But okay, so hopefully you guys saw some shots there and learned a few things. Again, if it was repetitive, I apologize, but you guys have been wanting to see some different shots and different throws. So hopefully you got something out of this, and good luck trying to get your 3 stars on Owlwood.